Hello everybody, Caventia here, but you can call me Cav. I'm checking out the brand new F7A Mk2 military spec Hornet for the first time. This is the ship you can get an upgrade of by completing the Overdrive Initiative missions, which I have a playlist for. I will link to you in the top corner. I absolutely love this ship. We're going to do some bounty hunting, and we're going to throw it around the racetrack. I'm going to try a bunch of different loadouts that eventually led to this beautiful loadout we have behind me. So if that sounds interesting, then let's get into it. The thing I'm looking for is contract available, Overdrive Initiative Award 1 of 1. That's what I want. Let me have that. Priority. Overdrive Initiative Reward 1 of 1. I accept my reward. This said, thank you for your diligence on this Overdrive Initiative. As promised, we've approved you for the upgrade of the civilian F7C Mk2 to the military F7A Mk2, if you have one. In addition, you've been given a temporary rental of a military F7A Mk2 that you can access in your ASOP. That's fantastic. To upgrade this, visit the RSI website and apply the token, then restart game to access the ship. As the mission suggested, I've come over to my hangar. I did grab a Razor to Retaliator upgrade, but if we quickly refresh the page, there you go! We have the F7A Mk2 upgrade for the F7C Hornet. Very cool. And why not? Let's get this applied. Let's go check it out. Retrieve. Hangar 8. Let's go! Oh my goodness, finally get to see it in the flesh. So here is my beastie. I must admit, I had spent a lot of time making the Murder Hornet by doing the Arlington Gang mission video in the top right hand corner. So I've loaded out the Mark 1 Hornet with a variety of different setups that stole some military parts off of the original F7A Mark 1 Hornet, but this version of the Hornet has different attachments and significantly larger sized hardpoints for the weapons, meaning it has significantly higher damage potential. It's quite a good looking little military package, isn't it? The default option is pilot seat, but it looks like it's also got storage. I heard that you can't use the storage unless you change over to this loadout. So for example, I can put my P4 inside the ship, takes up 2%, so it looks like you can take, let's say 50 guns, that's not too bad. And I could, for example, also put my equipment off of me into there as well. So the way I accessed it was open storage, but if we actually go to loot, it automatically opens up this inventory, so we can, for example, stick a railgun in there. And given that took up 6%, it means you can fit a dozen railguns in there comfortably, or a bunch of helmets, and a whole lot of sidearms. So we could just tap F to enter pilot seat. Okay, so our first contract was a success, just about. Now we want to be in combat, so we change back to SCM mode. We slow down real quick, our shields should start generating. Start lighting them up like a Christmas tree. Hello buddy, how you doing? Oh, you're going under me? Okay. Sorry Mr. Space Crab, I really do love you. You're one of my favourite ships ever, but... Oh, we got lots more targets in here. Hello guys, how you doing there? What are you in? I really need to be checking the state of my ship better. Could be in a lot of trouble here and not know it. Let's move to shields. Let's try and get away a bit. And if we can, let's also sort out this MFD. Self status. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna die. Yep. I pretty much lost my tail and I almost lost all of this gear I was using. But that was my fault for not having my MFDs set up. I didn't know what state my shields were in when those 4 extra enemies showed up. So apparently and the Bounty Hunters Guild. I'm a probationary guild member, that's it. Which means I've lost all of my rep for bounty hunting. That's a lot of work to catch up on. Well, let's go smash some more. Where is this target? It must be small. Are you in Aurora? Even smaller, it's an A5X. Oh, wow. This guy's not going to last very long. You're maneuverable. But you've got no hull HP at all. There we go. Subdued bounty. So far, I'm still kind of getting used to flying this in master modes. It takes a bit of getting used to. Not entirely sure about the default loadout, but those ballistics are shredding enemies pretty fast. And I hear that the laser cannons are kind of the meta right now. I just think I'd feel more comfortable if all of the weapons were the same. So maybe I'll go for a full laser cannon loadout. Looks like we've also got a bounty trial contract back over on Arc Corp, so we're going to grab this one for now. And our target is over on Walla. Let's go! Getting pretty close. Must be in something small again. Can't see it 3 clicks out. Are you in Aurora Pisces? Oh, a Sabre Raven. Beautiful. One of the rarest ships in the game. Hello. How you going, buddy? What are you doing there?
Target destroyed.
Well, it was nice to see you ever so briefly. I wish they wouldn't get me destroying such beautiful ships. Out of interest, have any of you seen the spoilers for what might be the new Firebird? I'll pop a preview of it up on the screen here. It's basically a sister ship to this. I really wonder what it's going to be. I mean, stealth fighter, potentially? Is it going to have EMP? Is it going to be E-warfare? My goodness, that is one of the prettiest ships, and one of the rarest and most expensive ships. I would love to get my hands on a less expensive version of this. So I look forward to see what it does at Invictus, coming out soon. Good news is we absolutely could make sure that we have all Omnisky laser cannons on this. The bad news is that's going to eat up all of my money. So what I've done is, just so I can have some weapon parity, I'm going to go with the M6A cannons, which I took off of my A2. These are laser cannons, one size larger and different brand. Let's go see how it looks. It also means I didn't need to spend 41,000 per gun of the 46,000 that I have. You know, at least they're in the same color scheme. I think those look a little bit more sleek than these ones. Although, of course, it would be nice to have a matching set. Now, that is not a lot of shots. Our burst damage is quite limiting, but it actually doubles when we put full power to weapons. We said we'd do some racing. Let's go do some racing. It's kind of dangerous to accept it when you're so far away. And that is exactly why you don't accept a race contract until you're at the track. That was my bad. I guess we'll take the other one on the racetrack. It's better to take the vanilla one on the racetrack anyway, right? We'll claim this one. That's actually a pretty fast claim time. For anyone who's interested, the claim time is 11.5 minutes or 3.5 minutes expedited for a little over 5,000 AUEC. That's why I did that. It wasn't an accident or a crash at all. Also, we should definitely use the default loadout because, you know, changing the weapons would like change the balance of the ship or something. Something weight distribution, something default loadout better, something, yeah. So looking back at this loadout, there is definitely an advantage to having some of your weapons as ballistic because we actually have double the amount of ammo by default, and if we go full power to weapons, that doubles again. So actually we can have more or less 20 successive shots with these cannons, whereas we could only have a maximum of 10 with the other cannons. So that's makes a pretty big difference. I just got interdicted. Hello, Mr. Cutlass. Dude, how come you're not melted? Increased time to kill or what? Come on. Come on. Give me a good run for my money. That's pretty good fun. I quite enjoyed that. It's nice to have a bit of space combat. Okay, second time lucky. Under contracts, offers, you'll hopefully have a racing tab. And the first race is right here at the Lawville outskirts. It'll cost you 400 AUEC. It's best to wait until you're here before accepting it, just in case you have a horrible accident like I did and explode. When you're ready, head over to the starting zone, and I'd recommend for your first lap, you just kind of try to take it easy and don't try to go too fast. If you're not familiar with the track, take some time to learn it. Why does it say am I starting? I don't see anything. Okay, there. I did not see a countdown timer. Oh, we're going to go through this checkpoint here. We're going to go through this checkpoint here. This is quite a tight turn. That's alright, I didn't want that weapon anyway. I definitely didn't need those weapons. That's fine. What the heck? I really don't know what's going on here. I can't screw up again, basically. Okay, these markers are a bit better than they have been previously. But it does take you kind of having some fundamental knowledge of the track before they become really useful. Oh, I went backwards. Oh, that's no good. You know what, on second thoughts, you can leave coupled on. For your first lap, in fact, I'd recommend you leave coupled on. This is quite a different flying experience than I'm used to. This is the crux. I find this corner the hardest out of all of them. But here's the finish line. Let's punch it. Okay. So the target was 136, and I did it in 2:03, so I'm about 30 seconds behind where I want to be. So in my mission history, racing, first time I failed to get there, that's my bad. Second time, I actually finished in silver. I guess they haven't added racing into the rep thing yet. Basically, periodically, you will unlock new race courses based on how you do racing. Let's try one uncoupled. Now, I don't see where it says start, so I guess you just got to work it out yourself, right? pressure. That's where I screwed up last time. Didn't carry too much speed through this time. But this time screwing up, that's good. Come on, let's go. This feels faster already. Let's try and take this a bit wide. Punch it, punch it, punch it, punch it, punch it, punch it, punch it all the way through the line. That was better. 144.075. Not bad, not bad. That's got to be a gold, right? Gold. Okay. And what's that? 8 seconds off platinum, essentially. No, 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 no more crashing, no more crashing, no more crashing. I'm dead. Oh. Well, it's gold worthy. If anyone could beat my time, if anyone can get a platinum, then please post your time in the comments below. I'd greatly appreciate it. Got to neutralize Emile Bouchard. Is that you, Emile Bouchard? Oh dear, you're not going to survive very long, are you? Good night. Done. Well, that was an MRT apparently. After lots of trial and error, I think I might have found the perfect loadout for my F7A, and it involves these beasties. Although laser cannons are really effective right now, and the M6A cannon is a great option, because of what I've already put in the size 3 slots, I think I want to use the Asperia ballistic cannons in the size 4 slots. Plus, look at them, they're absolutely beautiful. After bad decisions and a few unusual problems, like this ship not appearing. There we go. I eventually picked out my favorite loadout for the Hornet. Check this out. Ignore the floating box that seems to be in every hangar. So we're going to go on a little exterior tour, starting at the front. Unfortunately, I feel like this should have been a more open intake so that it could have taken more air in. I love all of the attention to detail and the kind of nods to aviation, like the notes about securing hatch before takeoff, danger intake, caution do not obstruct, beware of blast next to the reaction control thrusters, warnings to keep clear of certain mechanisms like the landing gear, lots more warnings like danger hot exhaust, and if you know much about aviation you realize that basically anything that's anywhere near the red hot exhausts of jets is one of the areas that requires the most amount of maintenance. On the top, as well as some more aerodynamics and some warning lights, we have the mounted size 3s on a small turret in the central puck. Oh, look at that. Weather's just cleared up for us. Very nice. And the final set of weapons are housed under the wings. These are larger size 4 weapons, unlike the rest which are size 3. And for this section, I've opted for the Deadbolts by Asperia because they have that similar to the Mk2 futuristic look, which I really appreciate. While exploring this ship, I haven't found any buttons that give you component access, so if anyone else has this ship and you know where the components are stored, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. With this loadout, I've got about 270 ballistic cannon shots, which is a considerable amount. And the default that I get with the Mk2 laser repeaters is 47, but when adjusting my power triangle to have full power to weapons, this goes up to 93, which is a significant amount of repeated shots. I feel like this loadout gives you the best of both worlds, as going for a full laser repeater, or as I tried, full laser cannons, which are in a pretty good place right now, results in very few shots before you have to reload, during which time you may need to fly evasive, and one thing about master modes is it's now harder to fly evasive than it has been previously. The laser repeaters work quite well on shields, and the deadbolts work quite well at both penetrating shields and dealing the largest amount of alpha to direct hull damage, meaning you can start making relatively large holes in your opponent. Now I know not everybody is going to have access to these Mk2 weapons, as these are bespoke to the Santok Yai. So either you need a Santok Yai or you need a friend with a Santok Yai who's willing to pull them off, so that you can connect them to your ship. Although aesthetically I definitely prefer the Mk2 and the deadbolts, honestly you can swap them out for any laser repeaters and ballistic cannons respectively. The shots look like this. From the outside looks like this. Ooh. The sounds of the deadbolts from an external view is immense. Right, let's find somewhere we can use these, shall we? What are you? You're an Aurora! Oh dear, you're not going to last very long, are you? Oh, effective shots on target. He took some beating. I think this is one of the best looking ships in the game right now. I don't know why. I know ships look is personal preference. Looks like we've got two targets. We've got a 100i over here and a cutter over there. I think this guy is broken. Oh, there you go. I think he's realized we exist. Hello. Okay, there's one done, and we've completed our objective, but let's move over to Shaddy here. And those repeaters are absolutely shredding. You can overheat your cannons, so you may, depending on your setup, choose to have a separate or different firing group for it. I've nearly lost my shields here, but he's almost dead. I think we can finish him off. Let's go with the deadbolts. He's still alive? Really? That's better. So I used about 50 deadbolt shots up there, but in order to use this loadout more effectively, you'd be better off setting up two different firing groups, one with the laser repeaters and one with the ballistic cannons. Tried to find some more bounties, 30k. Hooray! It looks like we finally got enough reps so that we can get low-risk targets. Let's go and do that. Got an unknown target. That might be a larger target than we're used to. Oh, Reclaimer. Yeah, no, we're not dealing with that right now. Save that for later. Get our primary target, shall we? It's the 315p. Okay, one down. Let's get Duncan in the Hawk. Try and avoid the Reclaimer. Hello, Mr. Reclaimer. This is what I mean about higher FOV with more situational awareness. We don't want to have a flat side towards the Reclaimer because it makes ourselves larger. So really we want to keep him on our horizontal axis. I'll try to deal as best we can with this horrible Hawk. these are fun. You hurry up and die? Our shields are nearly gone, so we can do a little run. Now fortunately the Reclaimer's not going to be able to chase us, so allow our shields to fully regenerate. Just want Duncan. Let's just let us have Duncan. Hello Duncan. There we go, we got rid of him. Right, now let's go play with a bigger target. This is the first time we've had a big target to fight. We've only got 100 deadbolts left. Now fortunately, Reclaimer is pretty slow. All we really need to do, 1, get away from those headlights, and 2, shoot him in the butt. It's hard to miss. We're just going to keep on targeting his butt. Try and stay behind him. What? Oh. Guess we're inside it. I don't know how that happened. We were very far away from it and then suddenly we were inside it. Let's see if we can space break. Boost. Okay, we're probably dead. Let's face it, we are probably... What? Where did all these come from? Someone else's bounty spawned in. We need to get out of here. Someone else's bounty spawned in the same place. And it wasn't the target we were facing. We ended up ramming inside someone else's bounty. Oh, I was really looking forward to taking out that Reclaimer. I mean, that was an opportunity to fight some more ships, but spawning inside one, that put me at a pretty damn big disadvantage. I'm surprised it didn't explode. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with how the F7A Hornet Mk2 handles. I think it has a pretty incredible amount of firepower. I'm really enjoying this particular loadout for this ship. I think it handles pretty well. It's tough enough to walk away from fights after you've taken some damage. It's fast enough to be able to switch into SCM and escape to regain your shields. I think it's a really good looking ship, and of course there is some controversy with how CIG got you to obtain this ship. So far the only way to get this ship was to purchase the new F7C, go through the series of missions, of which some were pretty broken, and then apply the upgrade to your F7C. However, I only have one fighter in my fleet right now, and that's this ship, and I can't see that changing anytime soon. Hopefully you found this video useful, and if you did, please feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching everybody, take care, and bye bye!